Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving into a hidden gem from the past that could be hiding in your spare change, a 1967 Lincoln penny that has recently made headlines for being worth an incredible $12,230. So, how did this 1-cent coin become such a valuable treasure? Stick around as we uncover its fascinating history, what makes it unique, and why collectors are willing to pay a small fortune for it. Before we jump into the coin's value, let's look at a little history. The 1967 Lincoln penny was produced during a pretty unique time in the United States mint's history. Back in the mid-1960s, the demand for coins was skyrocketing. Coin shortages led the U.S. Mint to make big changes to keep up with demand. They even temporarily removed mint marks from coins in 1965, 1966, and 1967 to increase production speed and prevent coin hoarding. So, every 1967 penny you see won't have a mint mark, regardless of where it was minted. This change may seem small, but it actually makes coins from this period interesting to collectors who love pieces with unique minting stories. Let's talk design. The 1967 Lincoln penny still carried Victor David Brenner's classic design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or head side. This design was first used in 1909 and continues to be beloved by collectors to this day. On the back, we have the Lincoln Memorial, a design added in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Even though the design stayed the same, certain 1967 pennies have become incredibly valuable due to their condition and specific errors. So, what's so special about this 1-cent coin that makes it worth over $12,000 today? Well, as with most coins, condition is key. Pennies from 1967 in pristine, uncirculated condition are extremely rare. Coins that received a high mint state grade, particularly MS-67 or higher, are especially sought after. The 1967 penny we're talking about today received a top-tier grade, making it one of the finest specimens known. Another important factor is rarity. High-grade 1967 pennies are rare because they've survived over 50 years without significant wear. Finding one in such a condition is like finding a time capsule from the 1960s. While rare, some 1967 Lincoln pennies are also valuable because of potential errors. For example, off-center strikes, doubling on the date or lettering, and other unique mint errors can add value. These error coins are particularly prized by collectors for their uniqueness and the story they tell about the minting process back then. If you find an error on your 1967 penny, you may just have an even more valuable coin on your hands. Alright, now let's talk about the big question: current market value. As of today, a 1967 Lincoln penny in near-perfect condition can fetch up to $12,230 at auction. That's right, $12,000 for a penny. This value can fluctuate depending on demand and rarity, but high-grade specimens will always be appealing to collectors. Remember, coins with unique history and superb condition are timeless treasures that tend to hold, or even increase in value. So, how can you find out if your 1967 penny is worth a fortune? First, check its condition. If it's shiny, with no scratches, dings, or wear, it might be worth getting graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. If there are any visible errors, like doubling or missed strikes, that's another big sign you should investigate further. And there you have it, folks. Your everyday 1967 Lincoln penny might just be worth thousands if it's in the right condition or has a unique minting error. So, don't forget to check your loose change and maybe even visit a local coin shop. Who knows, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell for more coin hunting tips and rare coin stories. Happy hunting, and good luck finding that $12,000 penny! Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies, specifically, the 1973 1-cent coin that could be worth way more than you'd expect. Believe it or not, this seemingly humble penny could make you thousands of dollars richer if it has the right qualities. Let's explore its history, why it's valuable, and what makes it stand out in today's collector market. So, what's the story behind the 1973 D Lincoln penny? It was struck at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark on the front of the coin, right below the date. 1973 was a significant year for the U.S. Mint, as it produced billions of pennies to meet a high demand. However, like with many coins, not all were created equally. Some 1973 D pennies have unique qualities and errors that make them super valuable to collectors today. The design is classic, with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But not every 1973 D penny is valuable. What makes certain ones worth over $45,000? Great question. One reason some of these coins fetch such high prices is their condition. Collectors pay big bucks for coins in mint state, meaning they're pristine, with no signs of wear or damage. If a 1973 D penny is graded by a professional coin grading service as MS67 or higher, it's considered top tier, and these high-grade pennies are rare. In fact, only a handful of 1973 D pennies exist in such condition. Then there are error coins. Some 1973 D pennies have fascinating minting errors, like doubled dies or repunched mint marks. These errors happen by accident during the minting process but add unique characteristics collectors love, and they can drive up a coin's value significantly. So, how much is this penny really worth today? If you have a high-grade 1973 D penny in MS67 condition, it could sell for around $45,900. Of course, the value depends on current demand, but coins like this have consistently fetched impressive prices at auction. Even pennies in slightly lower grades can still sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars if they're in good shape. To give you an idea, a 1973 D penny in MS66 grade might go for $200 to $500, which is still impressive for a 1-cent coin. Alright, so how do you know if your 1973 D penny is worth a small fortune? Here are some quick tips. First, look at the overall condition. If it looks almost untouched, you may have something special. Secondly, check for any unusual details, like doubled numbers or letters, or anything that looks different from a regular penny. And finally, consider getting it professionally graded if you think it might be a high-value coin. If you're not sure, a professional coin grader can assess your coin's condition and authenticity, giving you a much better idea of its value. So, could you be holding a rare 1973 D Lincoln penny worth thousands of dollars? Check your change and coin collections because you never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin collecting tips and history, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, where we uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into an exciting story behind one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever, a rare 1979 1-cent coin that can be worth as much as $38,000. First, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny and the year 1979. The Lincoln penny was originally introduced in 1909, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, it's gone through some changes, but the image of Abraham Lincoln has remained on it ever since. In 1979, the Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a bit different from today's pennies, which are primarily made of zinc with a copper coating. This shift in materials and design makes some of the older pennies, especially those with unique qualities, highly collectible. So, what makes a 1979 penny worth $38,000? It's not just any penny from that year that fetches a high price. Only specific ones are rare and valuable. These high-value coins are usually found in pristine condition with no signs of wear or discoloration, often graded as MS67 or higher by coin grading authorities. Coins graded in such high condition are very rare because most pennies circulate heavily and accumulate scratches, dings, and wear. To make things more exciting, some 1979 pennies were struck with mint errors or unique die variations, which can further increase their value. Certain error coins from 1979, such as those with doubling, where parts of the design appear doubled, or coins struck slightly off-center, are especially sought after by collectors. These errors happen during the minting process and are incredibly rare to come across. An error coin from 1979 in top condition could fetch thousands of dollars, and that's without considering the additional value rare, pristine Lincoln pennies already have in today's collector market. Right now, a high-grade 1979 penny can sell for around $38,000, depending on its quality and if it has any rare errors. But how do you know if your penny is worth that much? Let's break it down. First, inspect your penny for visible errors. Check for doubling in the date or liberty, or any off-center strikes. Next, consider the coin's condition. If it's shiny, with few or no marks, it could be a high-grade example. Coins professionally graded by PCGS or NGC are the ones most likely to reach those top prices. If you think you've struck gold with a 1979 penny, you might want to get it professionally graded. An official grade can help you fetch the highest price if you decide to sell. Platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or local coin dealers are great places to start. But remember, grading and certification can be an investment, so weigh the cost with your coin's potential value. Some of these pennies might be worth hundreds or thousands without reaching that $38,000 mark. So there you have it. The 1979 Lincoln penny, an everyday coin with a fascinating history that could be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a collector or just someone with a curious eye, keep an eye out for those hidden treasures. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and rare finds. Let us know in the comments if you have a unique coin story or if you'll be checking your 1979 pennies a little closer. Hey, coin collectors! Today, we're diving deep into the story behind the 1987 Lincoln penny and why some of these coins are worth big money today, up to $44,000. Whether you're a collector, investor, or just curious about valuable coins, this penny has a fascinating history that might surprise you. The Lincoln penny has been an American classic since 1909. The 1987 penny features the classic Abraham Lincoln design by Victor David Brenner on the front, or obverse, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design by Frank Gasparo that was introduced in 1959. This 1987 version is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. It's copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams, with a composition that makes it distinct from the earlier all-copper pennies minted before 1982. B-roll zooming in on penny details. So, what makes this 1987 penny worth a staggering $44,000? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. While the 1987 pennies were mass-produced, over 4.6 billion minted, finding one in pristine, high-grade condition is incredibly rare. For a penny to reach such a high value, it needs to be an MS-68 grade or higher, meaning it has almost no visible imperfections, scratches, or wear. Even tiny details, like a perfectly struck image and a flawless surface, can set this penny apart and make it worth thousands of dollars. Now, some 1987 pennies are valuable due to unique errors, like die cracks, off-center strikes, or double dies. One famous error is the double die where the details, especially on Lincoln's profile or the lettering, appear doubled. These coins have an extra element of rarity, which can significantly raise their market value. If you happen to come across one with these errors, get it evaluated. You may be holding a small fortune. So, how can you tell if your 1987 penny might be valuable? First, check the overall condition. Look for signs of wear on Lincoln's face and the lettering, as well as scratches on the coin's surface. If you think your penny is in exceptional condition, consider having it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These grading services will give your coin a numeric score, from 1 to 70, based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And remember, anything above an MS-65 grade is where you'll start to see a serious jump in value. As of now, a top-grade 1987 penny can fetch around $44,000. That's right, this tiny piece of copper could be worth more than a car if it's in mint condition. Collectors and investors alike are on the lookout for pristine 1987 pennies, and the demand has driven prices to incredible heights. If you're looking to sell, consider auctioning through reputable auction houses or coin dealers to ensure you get a fair price. Online platforms can also be a good option, but make sure you know the market value to avoid underselling. Remember, coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a chance to own a piece of history. If you come across a 1987 Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. With a bit of luck and careful inspection, you might just have a gem worth thousands. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more coin collecting insights. Let us know in the comments if you've found any rare or valuable coins in your collection. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving into the story behind one of the most surprising pennies out there, the 1993 Lincoln penny. That's right, a 1-cent coin that can be worth up to $49,000. Let's uncover what makes this penny so special and why collectors are willing to pay so much for it. In 1993, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, all bearing that familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. This year's penny was part of a long tradition dating back to 1909, when Lincoln first appeared on the cent coin. But not every 1993 penny is ordinary. Certain ones have details that make them incredibly valuable. The value of a 1993 penny skyrockets when it's in pristine condition. High-grade specimens, especially those rated in the MS-68 or higher range, are extremely rare. With a high grade like this, the coin has sharp details, almost no signs of wear, and a brilliant, lustrous surface. Only a handful of 1993 pennies have achieved this kind of grade, which makes them highly desirable. Another factor that can increase the value is if the coin shows any unique errors or doubling, like a doubled die, where some elements on the coin's surface appear duplicated. Error coins are a favorite among collectors, as they often increase the coin's rarity and uniqueness. As of today, a top-grade 1993 Lincoln penny can be worth up to $49,000. This isn't your average pocket change, folks. Collectors are willing to pay this much for a coin that looks practically untouched by time, and because it's so difficult to find in this high-grade condition. If you're lucky enough to have one of these pristine 1993 pennies, it might just be your lucky ticket to a small fortune. So, how can you find one of these valuable pennies? Start by checking coin shops, online auctions, or even looking through your own change. Coins stored in special collections or kept in coin rolls from the bank are more likely to be in higher grades, but you never know where you might find a rare one. That wraps up our look at the 1993 Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big value. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more about valuable coins, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And let us know in the comments if you have any unique pennies in your collection. Who knows? Your next penny could be worth thousands. Thanks for watching, and keep collecting!